When you see that on the screen, when you see that and you say, when it says welcome, the stream is starting soon, you already know the stream is starting. It ain't starting, it's started.
You dig?
What's up, everybody? I am Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. You know what I do. I
And they
ain't
know how
playing with
you do
y'all.
it. They know how you do.
It's almost going on 2 months of going hard in the paint with this footage, with these interviews. Every night we got somebody on here that you need to hear from. We not playing. This is different. 2021, we not playing. Everything that happened before 2021 don't even matter no more. I don't care what I did before. It's what I'm doing now. Setting a precedent for content. Right?
Facts.
Without further ado, tonight, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Tonight, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Hold on. Let me bring him on the screen. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Let me. What we got in the building?
They know who the fuck it is. Buckshots, Young Buck. Goddamn it, that nigga. You understand? Mr. Consistency. You did. It's me.
So just in case they thought you wasn't gonna be in the building, you see him on the screen right now. Young Buck is in the building. Buck, what's going on?
Man, I'm enjoying life, man. I'm in the studio actually right now as we speak, working on really finishing up me and DJ Paul tape right now, man. This shit is crazy, bro.
DJ who?
DJ fucking Paul, 3-6 Mafia.
From the legendary. So tell me he's doing all the beats and you doing all the raps.
Facts. You did. We got this Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg type of vibe going on right now. The same thing I got going on with Drummer Boy with the back on my Buck Shit Volume 3 that's dropping. You know, I'm just kind of locking in, you know, with those producers. Well, with them two, you know, we got history. And Paul is one of the first niggas that ever put me in this rap shit. You know, he sent Project Pet to pick me up when I was like 13, 14 years old, trying to get me out the streets and come fuck with the rap shit, you know?
Wow. So, you know, the first time we heard of you was, we thought you was, what was it? Was you down with UTP first?
UTP, nah, this was before I even, you know, got a part of UTP.
Wow.
I met Paul actually right before I ran into Baby and met Baby. You know, and made my decisions to rock out with Cash Money at that time. And me and Paul just held that mutual bond, you know, regardless of whatever decisions I was rocking with, he was always that big brother. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, my whole push with Cash Money, it was one of those things where, you know, my surroundings and shit, real life street individuals and shit. So they was getting a lot of money and shit, ended up catching a fucked up situation. They kind of went down in one of the top 10 biggest drug rings in the world at that time. You dig? So
when you was there earlier.
Yeah, when I was there earlier, but they kind of put me in position and shit with Baby and shit. And you know, he liked what he heard and like how I kind of moved as a real young nigga and considered me the sixth hot boy, the fifth hot boy, or whatnot. So I kind of left my city and started my journey with Cash Money. On the strength of my homeboys, they basically put me in that position with Baby Well. You know, we kind of helped dress that pitch up at the time. So, you know, the cars and shit that you would see in the video, like Juvenile Hunt video back then, that yellow Ferrari, that shit belonged to us.
Word? So why was you in Han video?
Nah, I wasn't there, but our cars was in it.
Got you. So
Yeah.
why wasn't you Hypnotized Mind?
Well, really, man, because my decision was Cash Money. You know, with all respect to Cash Money, they showed me and gave me that energy as if that's what my career was gonna be. And I felt at the time it was a better fit. The Hot Boys was doing their shit, you know what I'm saying? And Paul, of course, was doing his thing. But for me, I just felt it was a better fit, so I rocked it out like that and started bringing what I brought to the table over that way. And, you know, I don't blame or got no ill will feelings with Cash Money at all, or none of that shit with Baby, none of them guys over there at all. It was situations where honestly they shit just was taking off so much. I guess Baby didn't have the time to try to gamble on something new when the boys is winning so much, and then they got solo projects that was winning as big as they were and shit like that. So I started to kind of fade to the back and shit. Once my homeboys and shit got locked up, they kind of kept on the business side, kept a strong hold in the situation on where my career was going. But once they got locked up, it was kind of me there trying to guide myself. And shit, man, I ain't had too much knowledge of the business, and I was just rolling strictly off love. You dig what I'm saying?
So why you didn't go back to Hypnotize Minds then?
I mean, shit, my career ended up moving in so many different directions. It led me to UTP after Cash Money. Me and Juvenile had grown a bond, and once shit didn't work out with me and Cash Money, I had went back home, came back to Cashville, and started independently pushing myself because I had created a name, on a bigger platform as far as the city goes by just running with Cash Money and shit. So I started pushing myself out here in a real way. I had already been pushing myself before then, but once I came back and got back home and got back in my groove, that's when I started pressing up my own CDs back then. That shit cost me $300 to press up 1,000 CDs. I was selling them shits $10 a piece, writing my number on that motherfucker.
What year is this? What year is this?
Oh man, we late 90s. Late 90s, you know what I'm saying? And from there it led up to the fact of Cash Money reaching back out. Baby was like, he wanted to start a group called Head Busters. It was supposed to be me, rest in peace to his nephew, Lil Derek, Cadillac, and Stone. Stone died in the penitentiary with me. You dig what I'm saying? He was one of the guys that was supposed to be a part of the group that Baby was putting together. And when I came back, it was a lot of kind of turmoil going on within the company. I don't know personally what was going on. I just know when I came back, I didn't see BG, Juvie, and Wayne, and Manny. Everybody was broken off type shit. I had been sitting in the office at Cash Money when I came back for almost a week, just rocking with Baby, and Juvenile pulled up. And like I say, we had that bond. He was like, man, how long you been here? I'm like, man, I've been here for a week. And homie was like, man, come on, let me get you out the office. And I jumped in that boy Rolls Royce at the time and rolled off. And he started explaining to me a little bit about what was going on, about everybody kind of having their individual situations in regards to the business side of things with Baby and Cash Money or whatnot. And he just said one thing to me that kind of really, I guess, made me make my decision to rock with UTP. And he was like, look, man, this is what I got going. I done started my own shit, UTP, Uptown Project Records. Got my own artists, Skip, Wacko, and Corey C. And he was like, look, bro, I know you've been around the team for a long time, and niggas really put in work. I can't promise you nothing, but I can promise you will be heard. And that right there was enough for me, homie, because all I ever wanted to do at that time was to be heard, let the world be my judge. So I started rocking with UTP from that day on,
So you was there, but we didn't really, I guess that didn't work either, because we never really heard nothing from you with the UTP situation.
Yeah, we put out a project. I forget the name of that project. It's been so long ago. But
you forgot the name, so we definitely don't know the name.
Nah, it was pretty good though.
Okay.
It came out through UTP, and you know, I had a few records on there that was really, really like tough in that era in the streets and shit like that. Died and Came Back
Mm.
was one of the records I remember at that time that was just one of my favorite records from that whole UTP. It was almost like a compilation album that we did. And you know, it got out there and did what it did, but at the same time, I think Juvie was fighting his battles in regards of his business, in regards to Cash Money, and trying to run a label because he kind of sit me and everybody down at a point in time and was like, look, if y'all find opportunity, take advantage of it. You know, my hands kind of tied into what I got going on as far as fighting this legal situation at that time. And I was with Juvie when I met 50. To
Mm.
be honest with you, you dig what I'm saying? Uh, Sha Money, Sha Money, who was the manager and shit at the time, was good friends with a guy named CeeLo, rest in peace.
Mm.
And CeeLo was the bus driver for and died being the bus driver for even Baby to this day. So rest in peace to CeeLo. Salute to his family and everything. He's from up your way. He's from up
Wow.
New York. And he had this relationship with Sha Money, and we had been moving for so long, just trying to, you know, get our shit off the ground. Far as UTP, it led us going to New York for Juvie, I think, to handle legal situations. But while we was there, he had a studio on his bus, and he wanted to, I guess, meet with 50 or what or whatnot because our bus driver had a relationship with Sha Money,
Mm-hmm.
who was manager at the time. So he stretched out to Sha, and Sha ended up bringing 50, Banks, and Yayo. They all came by Juvenile Studio bus. That's the first time I ever met them dudes. You dig what I'm saying, in my life.
Mm.
And you know, when they came through, man, I just got that real life vibe out of them at that time. You know, I think they had a lot of street shit going on. At least 50 did, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Niggas had their vests and shit on like that. You know what I mean? Niggas
What
was
year was
kind of
this? What year was this?
2002, 2001, 2002. I
So
would
Get
say
Rich already. Get Rich was hit.
nah,
Yeah, it didn't even hit
nah,
yet.
not it ain't even came out. I
Mm.
was there before Get Rich or Die Trying came.
Wow. How much?
So
Let me ask you about Sha Money. Do he get enough credit?
Sha Money, I don't think he really truly do, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I think Sha Money, you know, pretty solid. I
Mm-hmm.
got I got my certain feelings about certain situations that kind of played out over the years once I became a part of G Unit and shit started going the way it's went. I got my certain feelings I feel about, you know, ways I think he could have handled certain things that I feel like he could have handled in a different situation. But overall, man, I have nothing negative to push and say about Sha Money because, you know, it was a point of time I was, you know, I think more closer than Sha Money than even 50.
Mm.
They was supposed to be best friends and shit like that, but once the separation came, you know, my bond with Sha Money was so serious that I was the best man at that man wedding.
Whoa.
And what I'm saying, so it was like we was always amongst each other, you know what I'm saying, period. And when shit started to go left, I just feel like in certain areas, I feel like he could have, you know, played a different role than the role that he chose to play. But ain't no hard feelings
Yeah.
at this point with nothing and nobody. You dig?
So you become when do you officially sign? What do you sign to? Do you sign to G Unit Records or do you sign to Interscope? What did you sign to at a point?
It started with G Unit Records, of course. Uh, like I say, once I met 50 on that bus, uh, it was just about him recording with Juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
While he was recording with Juvenile, Banks and Yayo was in the front of the bus with me and a couple more of the artists that was there. But you know, I end up playing records for them in the front of the bus while Juvie and 50 was in the back recording and working on a record them they sells. And one of the records I played, Banks was like, "Hold on, run that back."
Mm.
I ran it back, and he was like, "Yo, fuck this, bro. I gotta let 50 hit his shit." So we went to the back of the bus and got 50, pulled him to the front of the bus, and 50 ended up hearing the record and was like, "Yo, that shit is crazy."
What was the
And
record? Do you remember?
yeah, man, that record ended up being Bloodhound on 56 Get Rich or Die Trying. Golly,
Wow. Wow.
that that record was my record already. I had a record. It wasn't titled Bloodhound at the time, but it had 3 verses on it. And once my separation, or my situation, I should say, didn't work with Juvenile, Sha Money had stretched out to me and was like, "Look, you know that record you was playing on the bus, 50 want to put it on his project."
Mm.
Me personally, bro, I ain't even have knowledge of selling no fucking music and shit like that. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
just
So
gave the record up?
nah, I didn't give him the fucking
Okay.
record.
Oh,
You
okay.
feel? Because he wanted to pay me. Now, me personally, I had used Juvenile's manager at the time. Shout out to Rob Bird. And he kind of did the business situation. I think I might have walked away with 15, 20,000 or something like that. But it was honestly the first time I ever been paid for a record. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
Got you.
So, you know,
So
I
from
end up selling.
there, when do you sign?
From there, once they actually got the record and it was official that the record was going on Get Rich or Die Trying, Shot Money called me and was like, "Look, M is mixing this record and he loves it.
Mm.
And we want to fly you in, bro, and see what's going on, whatever, you know, what you got going on with your situation." And at the time I was all the way away from UTP in regards to a
Business?
situation
Yeah.
that played out in California where you know my separation came about based on the fact that I felt like, you know, I was left along with a lot of other individuals that can verify what I'm saying in regards to being left in California with Juvenile. I had to fly my fucking self back home. You know,
Mm.
woke up in the morning and we was in California, and we had been in California with Suge, you know, and I don't really kind of fully know the facts of what contractually Juvenile was choosing to do in regards to UTP and the artist, but from my understanding, he was looking to sign himself and the label
Mm.
to Death Row Records. And on the day that the signing was supposed to go down, you know, uh,
He
shit,
bounced
pretty much, you know what I'm
and
saying?
left you by yourself with Suge and them?
Nah, not
Oh.
just it was me and a gang of other individuals that got left. Some of his family members got left. You know,
And
they say,
Suge wasn't too happy, is what you saying? Suge wasn't too happy about
nah,
this?
not at all, man.
Mm.
Suge wasn't happy. We had been out there for a couple weeks, you know, just on Suge time recording back and forth from Death Row Studios and shit. And you know, from my understanding, the day that he was supposed to sign whatever paperwork was the day he disappeared in a sense. So, you know, that whole situation right there, it was all fucked up because, you know, Suge called excited to pick us up like he kind of was doing on a day-to-day basis. And then one day he's calling, and we saying Juvie ain't here, and I still hear his voice saying, "What?"
Mm.
And he was talking to Juvie's brother.
Mm.
But he basically relayed the fact of showing that he had a problem with it because once his brother hung that phone up, it rung again, but it wasn't Suge. It was the front desk of the hotel saying y'all room's been canceled.
Damn.
Um,
So y'all got kicked out and
basic.
y'all don't have no flight now. Y'all don't have no flight.
Nah, niggas was on a. We came out there on a tour bus, so even the
Mm.
bus driver at the time, rest in peace, CeeLo, but everybody was on Juvie's expense. So
Mm.
when Juvie left, niggas was kind of like with it, run around with chickens with their head cut off. And it's hot as fuck in LA at that time, 100 some fucking degrees. So even the bus driver didn't have money and gas money to get back across the fucking world. So he ended up having to get money sent his goddamn way just to kind of move the bus and shit like that. But it got to a point where we were out there stuck and stranded, and some of the guys and shit was hungry, so they running the bitches that they just met to feed them and shit like that. And I end up having to call my people back at home and shit to send me bread. And I got to bring a few guys with me and shit, fly a few guys back and shit like that. But few niggas got left by just running, trying to feed themselves. And once niggas got money, niggas was out. Niggas didn't kind of keep up with where this nigga went and that went. The niggas was so in their feelings at the time.
So what after that? When the next time you spoke to Juvie, like y'all didn't ever say, yo, what the hell what happened? And then did Suge want to get at y'all for him leaving?
Well, it really wasn't a get at me type of thing. Period. With nothing. You know me, I always kind of maintained a solid relationship with Suge, even after that situation. But when that situation came about, all I know is I went back to Cashville and started to really regroup. My way in thinking and considering myself no longer a part of UTP. And that's when I got that call from Shot Money to fly out to California. You know, he was letting me know that 50's about to do his situation with he just done his situation with M and Dre
for
and
G Unit.
With G Unit, and he
So
wanted to.
So did you ever sign a UTP? No.
Nah,
that was just a homeboy thing. Okay.
Yeah, well, he gave me a contract. I just put that bitch under the bunk.
Yeah. Nah.
I wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah. So all right, so you signed to G Unit. What's the plan? What's the rollout for Young Buck? What when you go there and y'all have this meeting? Obviously, Get Rich come out. Whew, it's a whole different momentum. What was that like? What cause we and I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying, Brooklyn to be exact. But when 50 came out, was the world stopped and it was just all 50 Cent. And then he could have said, yo, this dental floss says I'm about to do this. Anything was gone. What was that momentum like being with that situation when that Get Rich came out?
It was unreal, bro. Like, for me, it was a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was on the road for, even with UTP. That's what my whole career before UTP was based upon, was me getting to that height, to that level, and to have somebody give me that opportunity to be there with them, and then for me to deliver and take advantage of the opportunity. I was living the dream at the top of the mountain, I should say. And it's one of them situations where in the beginning everything was, I will be honest and say it was 100. The individual that 50 was and shit, bro. It was like homie was focused on, at least gave you the impression that he gave a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? And the homies, as far as the niggas that wasn't even a part of G Unit and shit like that, the muscle to the team, we were all moving as a unit. We was moving as one. And as time went on, shit just started kind of falling apart slowly but surely.
Was you in a awkward situation, or because us, we knew them from the mixtapes? So when you come in, Yayo was locked up. Did you feel like it was a lot of pressure on you? Because people say, yo, he's trying to replace Yayo. He took Yayo's spot. Did you get a lot of that vibe?
I didn't, not from the circle.
Okay.
But as we would do shows and shit, people would get me mixed up with Yayo because, like you said, the mixtape scene was so strong for them, and they had made so much noise throughout the mixtape, scene that hit his country black ass nigga.
Gold teeth and yeah.
Gold teeth and shit just pop up. And for those around the world that just know the music but really hadn't put faces to motherfuckers and shit, they was, Yayo, what up, what up? So I dealt with a lot of that. Yayo was locked up and shit once I became, a part of G Unit and shit. But for me, it didn't you know, make me feel no type of way or none of that shit. I was just, it still is, I always focus on doing what I gotta do. You did.
So you all of this stuff come out, I think now, but now I want to get into your solo. What was your rollout? What was the plan for you? Do you speak to, because I think the fans want to know. We never got a definitive answer. Is Jimmy the boss, or is 50 the boss, or is Eminem the boss? Who does Young Buck sit down with and do his rollout with?
50. 50
50.
was, 50 was the boss of G Unit, period. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And it kind of led up to why G Unit is kind of like not together right now.
Mm,
Is because 50 implemented the whole thing. It was almost like he didn't verbally say shit, but it was either 50 way or no way.
mm.
Oh, and that's kind of how it went. It was like homie paid attention to what he chose to pay attention to, and whatever he paying attention to, that's what he expected you to pay attention to. However he felt, that's how he expect you to feel. And however, wherever he rocking at, that's how he expect for you to rock type of situation. And at that time, I had no problem with it because it was genuine love. At least I thought. You know what I mean? It was like it's my brother, so I'm rocking with my brother through thick and thin, right or wrong type of shit. But you know, after a while, shit, like I say, shit started going different ways and shit.
So it's a particular time where you come out, you did well musically. Like you actually, we was like,
Yeah,
hold up, like the dude from the South could actually rap. So what we don't understand, and obviously Game is gone. You know what I'm saying? How did what
but
did what did Game leaving? How did that shift the crew?
honestly, I think Game added greatness to the crew
Mm,
at that time. You dig what I'm saying? And he brought the West for sure, no different than the way I brought the South.
mm-hmm,
But Game was an individual where his situation was birthed with Dre,
mm,
and I don't fully know the business of his situation, but I know his situation was birthed with Dre, and they were bringing Game a part of G Unit, far as us having that energy right there, and being what we were to the world, whatever situation that was worked through 50, Jimmy, and Dre, or whatnot,
mm-hmm.
push over the G Unit, and this shit was like shit. For me, it was like a breath of fresh air, nigga. Another real nigga on the team type shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, his situations wasn't birthed with him having an individual beef with nobody else other than whatever situation he had with 50 at the time. But even me and myself play a victim of riding up under that 50's way or no way
So you
type of
got
shit.
to take on whatever. If he don't like the damn server in the restaurant, you got to snuff the server in the restaurant. You got to. That's how 50 was giving it up. Like whoever I hate, you better hate them too.
Pretty much. You dig what I'm saying? And even if you kind of, well, I would do shit like this, man. I had issues with nobody in regards to any of the beefs. Individually, they wouldn't. When I say that, meaning that it wasn't like I had the problem or created the problem, say, quote unquote, with a Dipset or a Locks
Ross.
or Ross. None of these niggas. But I was the nigga that left, when whatever beef it was, shit, 50's at the crib or doing what he doing, these niggas on the same bill as me. You
Yeah,
dig what
got you,
I'm
got you.
saying? So I gotta see and get whatever energy is there. So, it was a lot of times where, I was active enough to see if it was really that. And a lot of
AK,
times
AKA running, you ran down on a few people. That's what you're trying to say.
I did. I had my times, you know what I'm saying, where I went to go see what was really, if it was really issues and and with a few niggas. You feel what I'm saying? And it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of nigga where, I'm not coming at a nigga disrespectfully. I give a nigga respect because I don't go for no disrespect in real life. Don't get this shit fucked up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You The way that they push a lot of shit with this rap shit. But at that time, a lot of the issues, I knew 50 wasn't there to go see what it was about. And then here these niggas are right here. Let me see if it's really that. And like I say, a lot of niggas, and most of the niggas, if not all of them, would separate me from the situation of, man, we ain't got no problem with you, but we fuck with you for real. Niggas
But
just
we
don't.
don't like, yeah. But do you think that was a lot of divide and conquer? Because a lot of times I always felt like they always try to separate you because you was from the South. You're not from Queens. You're not from South Side. Was it a
For
lot of
sure.
divide and conquer?
Well, I don't think it was pretty much divide and conquer thing. I think it was the fact of me not being brought up around them. I didn't develop some of the things that, say, a Yale or Banks had developed in regards to dealing with 50.
Mm.
They became 50 before 50 became 50 Cent to the world. They growed up with him. They know them. They knew all of these different issues that he might have had. And I ain't gonna say it put a fear or none of that type of shit in them, but I've always been my own man. I really didn't, every nigga bleed just like me type of thing. So I've always been outspoken and spoken my mind with 50 versus than being a yes man to 50. If it's something that I didn't like, then I'll tell the nigga. If it's
Mm.
somebody or something, you know what I'm saying? I was never one of those ones that, yeah, it's cool. So some of the things I just didn't agree with, and I would verbally let them know, you know what I mean? And niggas would be kind
Looking
of
at
looking.
you, because the to the general public, everybody think that 50 used to just bully y'all, punch y'all. Yo, go sit down. We seen him throw yayo in the bushes. We thought that was what he did to all of y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Like,
verbally, not at all. Never. Not me for sure. You
okay.
understand? Uh, like I say, I gave and still give a nigga respect that a nigga know I don't go for no disrespect. So I've never had a fucking argument with that nigga face. You dig what I'm saying? And of course, nigga ain't really ever consider putting his hands on me or throwing me in now bush in the motherfucking America, bro. He say a lot of different things, bro. Uh, in regards to, honestly, 50 used to use me for like the poster child for the other niggas.
Mm,
And he would say, look, man, y'all niggas need to get to work and do what the fuck Buck doing type shit.
mm.
You know, and he did that a lot with Banks. You dig what I'm saying? And even Yayo, because like I say, I've always pushed and created music on my own. And of course, anything that I created, I would bring it back to 50 and make him, aware of any moves that I was making on my own. And he would give me a green light to do it. So all of the projects that I dropped, all of the ten projects that I dropped that he ended up ceasing desisting.
Ooh.
I His blessings in dropping these projects only for him to come back uh once our issues has became to what they became and make claims of saying, oh, he made those projects without my position. Nigga, you took two or three of the songs off and kept them for yourself type of nigga. You did what I'm saying?
So
So
let's fast forward. You do an album. A bunch of stuff come out.
yeah.
Did you left after the first album or the second album?
Straight Out of Cashville came out. Uh the separation started to happen on my second album. And Straight Out of Cashville came out and did of course it's past platinum and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it did exceptionally well. We started to work on the Buck the World album, and
Mm.
that's when the separation of 50 and Shot Money started to begin.
Mm.
They started to have their issues. And that's when 50 had stressed out to me and the rest of the guys and started to kind of tell us that we needed to start looking for new management and things like that because Shy Money was no longer going to be able to manage us because you know he was removing Shy from that position.
But isn't that
And
a conflict of interest anyway? That your label telling you who can manage you?
of course, I mean it was a conflict of interest from the very beginning. I think 50 kind of created an umbrella business that he did, and I, I I made the decision to sign it with it. So it is what it is. I'm weighing whatever repercussions business wise that I'm suffered from that shit. But it was an umbrella created. I mean, of dysfunctional ass shit. Shy Money was the president of the company and the fucking
Oh, and the manager. Yeah, you
you
definitely
dig
was.
what I'm saying. So it was one of those things where you know, my attorney at the time was Hector Baldonado, and he was hired through 50's attorney at the time, Theo Sotomayor. You
Oh
dig?
wow. So all right. So when Buck the World is coming, you got a smoker that joint with Life Jennings where you walking and the waves is hitting. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But um, this is around the time the David Brown thing is getting created, also, right?
Yeah, the David Brown, the Tennessee timepiece,
Okay.
the War collection, the David Brown clothing line.
And you
These are
got the spinner.
word. I
You.
was getting money. I honestly wasn't seeing it from a publishing check point of view, but I was getting it and holding on to my show money. And at the time, like,
Why wasn't you getting your publishing money?
well, a lot of those things, like I say, I was in the business of that was created up under an umbrella. So a lot of those things and a lot of things in the business side of things was kept in the dark and manipulated through the individuals who were over the umbrella, meaning the lawyer, 50, and even Shy Money. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? Because he had to play some type of part of business. And that's what I think him and 50's situation was about in regards to money
Mm.
and having a falling out. But, I'm probably one of the only guys that's ever recouped in G Unit history from a
So
fuck down.
so why is the narrative that he had to loan you money, you in the red? Why is that? Because that's did he loan you the money?
Anything, and he loaned me money once and was paid back. 50 don't loan you shit to not be paid back. Let's get that understood. He makes claims to even now where he says I owe him 350,000. I told the nigga, man, show me a receipt, man, and I give that shit to you.
Mm.
But these are things that he's put out there now in regards to kind of create a narrative to why his actions has been what they been, as well as jumping behind the old funny ass shit that they put out there in regards to the gay shit and all that old shit that they play with my name with at a point in time. It's one of them things where he's put different things out there to kind of give him a narrative to the people uh, on why,
He don't fuck with you.
pretty much. And it's
So
pretty,
all right, let me ask you about this picture.
it's
It's a
all
picture.
business. This shit
Look,
ain't got nothing to do. Ain't shit soft about me. No disrespect to them folks, but ain't
yeah.
shit soft about me. I'm a real life nigga, and we ain't got no problems with each other. I ain't got no problems with the nigga other than the business side of things.
But let
Strictly.
me ask you, it's a picture with 50 hugging somebody. What was that he was hugging and you was like on the side? What was that he was hugging? Who was that?
What the fuck it was? I looked at the shit like you looked at the shit, and I kind of slid to the left. You figure what I'm saying? It's like, regardless, but you know, that was my way in my own regards into how I responded to looking at whatever the fuck it was. But for the most part, 50 decided to take the picture, and I don't, to each his own. I don't even knock him for taking the fucking picture. I just kind of wanted to slide up out of that motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying?
So in your personal life, why first of all, why you always getting called on the damn phone talking? First of all, you was on the phone. Did you think 50 taped your conversation?
I know he taped my conversation.
So
He
when you
did.
was so what was you
He told
expecting
me
to come from that?
50, huh?
What was you expecting to come from that when he taped you the first time?
I didn't know he taped me
Okay.
at the time. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was with Sha Money when I made that call in a van with Sha Money. Me and Sha Money had been pushing my whole project, Buck the World, without no fucking response from 50, no response from Yayo or Banks or none of that shit because we were given a decision to make in regards to leaving Sha Money. Well, I made the decision to keep Sha Money
Mm.
because I'm like, bro, I'm in the middle of my fucking album. I don't have no other fucking manager to go get, or I ain't trying to even fucking go get another manager. So once I made the decision to keep rocking with Sha, that and the other guys, they chose to kind of move away from Sha. They were playing the role of, they fucking with Sha, but from a distance, kind of like type shit. But I'm full fledged type of nigga, like, nah, bro, we got this going, bro. That's you and 50 issues. I truthfully didn't know what they issues was fucking about.
So
So I mean,
you call him, and you knew he was taping you, or you didn't know?
I called, well, after about 6 or 7 months of not speaking to 50 at all, they were actually touring and moving, doing shows overseas and everywhere else where it started to create What's Up with Buck. So
Got
that
you.
whole thing was playing out throughout the industry. What the fuck is up with Buck and Shy? Because niggas know that the separation was there because they starting to see these shows and Buck is not there. And I would hide that shit for so long. I would be like, even when I was asked in interviews and shit, I'd be like, yo, our schedules is different. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep family business and shit in house than anything. But it got to a point where the shit was getting out of control, and Shy was getting just as fed up as I was, and he was like, look, bro, we just gotta call 50 at this point, bro, and see if we can iron this shit out.
So when you say on the phone you was wrong, what was you wrong about?
Well, I was telling 50 that I was wrong in regards to just admitting to overall some of the things pretty much by going against his word. I felt, let me say what this nigga want to hear type shit. You dig what I'm saying?
You ain't know you was getting taped.
Nah, not at all. So when I'm speaking, but nigga, the emotional part was true. I
Yes.
stand on that. I don't give a fuck about a motherfucker capturing the emotional side of me. Every real nigga, every person, every nigga in this world got an emotional side, whether he choose to show it or hide it, homie.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make me no bitch because another nigga taping my shit when I become emotional about something, which was the fact of not being able to be around a nigga that I looked upon as a brother, that was my brother that I'm down with day in and day out. We separated for 7 or 8 months. I became emotional on the phone call at that goddamn time. And if you listen to that shit, the last words 50 was like, yo, we gonna get this shit
And
right.
you got to stay close to me. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you got to stay close to me.
You gotta stay close to me. And that's exactly what happened after that phone call was over. Homie recorded the phone call for whatever reasons.
Mm.
But after that phone call was over, we started to get back together as a team, as a unit.
So when
And
does the
Rock,
phone call come out?
basically, after an interview was put out where I spoke on not receiving my publishing.
Oh.
And it ticked the fuck off 50 in regards to shit because I guess at that time, uh, like I say, I had no knowledge of the business of really what I truly was owed or supposed to quote unquote had made.
Mm.
After I found out, it made sense to me why he was saying, "Well, Buck's made over 10 million in his career.
You did?
He blowed over all his money type shit."
Did you make 10 million?
Fuck no, bro. But
Good,
technically, I did.
good, okay.
I just see 10 million. You understand? I may generated that much money in regards to what I was supposed to have seen, but and on paper it might even looked like that's what I did. But if anything, he did the 10 million and shit like that. Maybe a million, a little bit over a million of it I probably seen out of the shit.
So this is when this is 50 is one of the number one sites, and it's a let's slander, let's go at Buck campaign. You gotta admit, you falling off that bike was funny as fuck. What the hell happened? That shit was funny as hell. What happened?
It was funny, bro. It was in Detroit, bro. That wasn't even my fucking bike, man. Salute to my niggas out there, bro, because I was just jumping on one of my homeboys' bike, you
Uh-huh.
know, video just trying to show out and shit. You dig what I'm saying? I done hit the fucking gas, and by the
Oh
time I
man.
on the ass of the bike was in front of me, man, I knew it was over. I just laid, I laid that bitch straight on down, bro. But yeah, bro,
so you and 50, I guess, is at a full point falling out now. And then you go, we see you with game. Good idea, bad idea, looking back in retrospect.
good idea.
Okay, why?
Never had a problem with games. Still ain't got a problem with game. To this very fucking day, it was a great idea
Okay.
to basically be able to uh, get that part out because Game knew I didn't have a problem with him, and I
Mm-hmm.
knew I didn't have a problem with him. Shit, I was solid and still is solid with fucking Game's mother. She
Mm.
a the nigga mama gangster in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of them and his father and everything. Like I had grown a bond with Game in the midst of that situation. But like I say, when 50 fell out, I conducted my energy and my attitude as if there was a problem with 50. There's a problem with me too. And at that time, it was just about me kind of dealing with life from the truthful aspect. Nigga, we ain't got no beef.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? We ain't never had no problem with each other. Nigga, I respect you and you respect me. Let's rock. And it wasn't no question about it. We done what we done and rock.
And then you eventually come back to G Unit. How did that reconciliation happen after all the stuff that happened? Um,
I
I,
had went to prison. I in regards to that, throughout all of that shit, when it ended me going to prison
mm-hmm.
uh, based on a fucking gun that was found in my house uh, in the middle of an IRS raid when they was
Mm.
take shit out of my crib to sell and auction off because it was a tax debt that I couldn't pay at that time. Being that 50 was doing so much sucker shit and my business management was his business management. So when we fell out, he just told the business manager, man, you stop handling this shit. I never filed my own fucking taxes.
Mm.
The business manager done it. So all of that shit I thought was getting still in motion. It wasn't in motion. You dig what I'm saying? And it led to me having this tax debt. And at the time, shit, I just didn't have the fucking money to pay it. And they end up finding a gun in my home at that time that was in my name, which they later indicted me and sent me to one of the worst fucking federal penitentiaries, Yazoo Federal Penitentiary in Mississippi, Yazoo, Mississippi.
So
So
so so you get out of jail. Are y'all talking in jail or
I used to call that nigga from jail, bro. That nigga would pick up my fucking phone call, bro, and hang that motherfucker up. You know when a nigga in jail, a nigga in jail, bro. A nigga hear a nigga say hello.
he knew it was you? He just banged on you?
Yeah, because I had a bunch. He knew it was me. He just hang that motherfucker up because it'll come on and let you know who calling. In the court, you gonna hear Young Buck on the fucking line. You know what I'm saying? And that shit right there. Only reason I really truly was stretching out, it was a bunch of OG niggas that I really respect for us in the penitentiary that were giving me a lot of game about reconciling my situation with 50, and then I started knowing that I got an out date. A lot of these niggas never coming home and shit like that, and they started making me feel like damn. that is the right way. You know what I mean? Like, damn, man. You know, looking back on everything we got. You know, I went to prison as a fucking full-fledged celebrity.
Mm.
I didn't do no PC time. I walked the yard like any other real nigga or any other nigga that gets sentenced to prison. So, you know, I'm actually experienced prison for what prison truly is. You
For
dig?
what it's worth, yeah.
For what it's worth. So, you know, uh, I would stretch out, he would pick up the phone, and I would hear that bitch click. When I got out, you know what I'm saying? Who Kid?
Mm.
Who Kid was the first to stretch out, you know what I'm saying? And was like, yo, bro, we got to get this shit back together, bro.
Mm.
Uh, he was like, yo, man, I've been hollering at 50 and 50 with it.
Oh
And I'm like,
wow.
real? You know what I mean? I'm like, well, look, bro, I'm with it too. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, bro, I'm fresh out of prison trying to get my ass in. You dig what I'm saying? Trying to run this sack back up. And when that opportunity presented itself, I was like, fuck it, let's do it, bro. You know, them my brothers in my eyes, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
went back to G Unit. I think that's when we came out for the reunion and shit out there in for the Hot 97 Jam.
Mm-hmm. Summer Jam.
Summer Jam thing. And that was kind of the beginning of me coming back to G Unit. From there, 50 was like, you know what, let's do it. And the focus was supposed to be about dropping another G Unit album, but we ended up dropping uh, two compilations at that time. That was, you know, I mean, two EPs basically.
Mm.
Beauty of the Beast, and I forget what the other one was called. The Independence of, you know,
What,
G
what
Unit.
yeah, what I didn't understand, give me some clarity. When you were locked up and you're locked up for tax and you don't have the money, at this
No, I
point,
was locked up for felon in possession of a firearm.
so it wasn't for tax, it wasn't the taxes thing.
Nah, it wasn't a Texas
So you
thing.
know we was made to believe that you couldn't pay your taxes, so they locked you
Not
up.
at all. Hell no, I went to
Okay.
prison, felon in possession of a firearm and felon in possession of ammunition, man.
Okay. So, but when you're having this tax issue and you need the bread, I'm gonna be real with you. I said, well, why Dr. Dre don't give him the money? He stabbed somebody for Dr. Dre. What? Am I tripping for thinking that?
Nah, hell no, you ain't tripping. But Dre already did more than enough for me at that time because he paid for some of my lawyer fees in regards to that case. So,
He was supposed to though, so he don't get no pass for that. I'm gonna keep it real. He was supposed to. You knife
okay.
something for him, so that don't count. He's supposed to do that because you put it at that day. Was it some death row dudes coming to get Dre and you? What, you had a fork or something? Because the case is over, so I guess you could talk about it now. But what, you had a fork?
I mean, that's what the forensics found. I stuck with that. You did? Yeah. God damn. You feel me?
Oh
I mean,
man,
I don't know, man. Like when the shit went down, I ain't gonna say it was death row dudes. I don't know who the fuck it was.
got you.
Honestly, I was out there. Uh, I was really looking for fucking 50 when the shit happened because at that award show, you could feel the tension. You know, I seen the arrangements. We were surrounded by all niggas that we done had issues or got issues with.
Mm.
And you know, like I say, me and Suge always had that mutual respect. So as soon as I came, I'm walking in the fucking award show with 50 Dre and M and Suge by the fucking door. The first thing he holler out, Buck, what up, nigga? Come here. So I break off from them to go holler at this nigga. And he basically was just, you know, the real nigga that he is. He Buck, what up, man? I just had to show love. I think that nigga had Petey Pablo with him at the time.
Got you.
And
Yeah.
I just hollered at him, but when I got back to the table, you know what I'm saying? First thing nigga 50 said, man, what that nigga say to you? I was like, nah, that nigga ain't on nothing. You did what I'm saying. He just hollering on, you know, saying what's up type shit. But like I say, I look around and, you know, you got Irv Gotti sitting right here and his brother Chris Gotti. Then you got, at the time, it was issues and shit with Fat Joe and them. I think
Facts. Yeah, he said something that he said, yep.
you dig what I'm saying? He was right there and shit like that. The shit was so fucking tensified that I couldn't sit at that fucking table to the point where I just turned around in my chair and I'm looking at these niggas like, okay, because I'm not finna have my back turned and all these niggas that we goddamn it just been on record talking about what we gonna do with these niggas and everything else is right here. So I kind of felt the vibe or something might happen. And we were called to the back of the stage, me and Banks, to go present the next award. I think it was to give Snoop some major ass award for Snoop. And then I was kind of looking at the teleprompter, waiting on the cue to go out. And that's when I looked on the teleprompter and shit went haywire. And I knew shit was going on because I could hear it. But, you know, when I got to the front of the stage, I ran to the front of the stage trying to see what my team and what 50 at, thinking that something done popped off in regards to him or us or whatnot. And I was right, but I looked and seen Dre, you know, doing this shit with a couple big niggas and
Oh,
shit.
Dre,
Like
Dre was throwing hands with Dr. Dre was throwing hands because Dre ain't the littlest person in the world. He was throwing
Dre,
hands.
Dre ain't a pussy bone in Dr. Dre, thug. I'm
Mm,
gonna keep it solid. And I ain't on no nigga ass kissing club. Cause truthfully, I ain't heard from none of these niggas.
mm.
Dr. Dre or none of this shit. And I've been going through a lot of shit, but I don't expect for niggas to uh, do anything for me, man. I'm a man first, and
Mm-hmm.
everything I do in these streets in regards to dealing with anything, you dig what I'm saying? I've always done it myself. So,
That's one
you
of
know,
your records too, right? As you said that, that's one of your
well,
lines. Do it by myself, right?
yeah, hell yeah. So when I got out there, Dre was doing this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was getting loose and shit, bro. You know,
All
I
right,
get
but paint the picture for me, Buck. You said you came in with 50, M, and Dre. Y'all always together. So you was expecting 50, M, and Dre to still be together when you and Banks went to the back. So when you come out, Dre is by himself.
pretty much.
So niggas ran on Dre, is what you saying?
Look, my nigga, all I'm gonna say is this. I seen the tape zoomed in. I know who ran and who did what.
So
I
you
ain't gonna
see niggas run
argue.
on Dre. That's what you saying.
I mean, niggas could have been right there too in the mix.
Okay.
Niggas had a decision. I ain't gonna say niggas ran on Dre, but niggas just wasn't there.
Oh,
A
okay.
lot of niggas was just I don't know where niggas was at.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I just knew there ain't no motherfucking way I'ma sit here and be able to help a nigga that I was with
Mm-hmm.
and not do it. Period.
Mm.
So I was close enough to see Dre doing what he was doing and figured, hey, let me make this shit a little interesting real quick. You know, and shit, get up off of him type of nigga. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's exactly how that went down. You know what I mean? Get
So
the fuck up.
somebody end up telling on you then because you got arrested, right?
Man, bro, I kind of felt honestly, bro, when I got back from that situation, I pulled up on 50 and was like, look, man, I need to get up out of here. You know, because niggas was calling saying it's a nigga dead, we done killed the nigga there and
Damn.
all that shit. So I knew I knew what I had done, but I had told 50, look, I need to get a flight.
Mm.
And the nigga was like, he looked at me, he know what type of nigga I am. So, you know, nigga lined me up to get up out of that motherfucker, got me a flight. Now I sit there and done what I had to do. But it was more or less me thinking I done off the nigga. You dig what I'm
Oh,
saying? And
you thought you caught a body because that's what they told you.
that's what they was coming back with. It's like, man, y'all, they saying somebody from the, you know, G Unit done killed the nigga and I knew what I done and shit like that. So honestly, when I landed back in Cashville, because I got on a flight that same night that shit went on and got back to Cashville, I thought I caught a red eye.
Mm.
When I landed, I was in the fucking car, bro, on my way to the crib when I got hear him come across the radio. Rapper Young Buck is wanted for attempted murder.
Damn.
5 awards. I'm like, do not go to their house. Niggas, we gotta go get low. I was headed home. and I'm listening to the radio, and that's what popped off. You did what I'm saying. So I kind of found out about me having the fucking attempted murder warrant right here in my fucking city, on my way to the crib and shit, from jumping on a plane and you know, around here, these motherfucking police was trying to goddamn execute the little warrant. They want to be famous and say, "Hey, we got him. Here he is," type of motherfuckers. That I was so up on the ground around this motherfucker that I uh I had to fly back out there and turn myself in and shit.
But
And,
did the person that you got the altercation with, did they told on you? This what I'm saying. Did they tell and testify and
I
everything?
to this no, I never made it that far.
Okay.
Never made it that far because you know I end up you know
Copped out? You copped out to everything or whatever, or you
not
didn't?
I end up taking a fucking I copped out in the end, but you know, the lie detector test is pretty much what brought me home. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Shout out,
you took a lot of tech tests
I did.
and passed?
Shout out to Snoop,
Okay.
big homie.
Got you. So all of this happens, you go back to G Unit. What? All right, I always wanted to ask you about this situation. Rap City. Rap City, you on Rap City, you wilding on Rap City. Y'all playing pool, you wilding. Buck is wilding. What was
But
going on that day? But the door opens in the middle of the issue with 50 and Cam. You knew Jim Jones was coming on there?
of course I did because I had already went to Jim Jones and seen what the energy was like.
Mm.
And, and I'm the nigga that came back to 50 and told 50, "Hey, look, Jim Jones ain't on no bullshit, homie. Homie ain't tripping off for none of that shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? Wasn't no sucker in Jim or none of that shit. It wasn't like I went and punked Jim out or no type of shit like that. I just, you know, went and hollered at him. Was like, "Yo, bro, what's the word? How what we doing?" Type shit. And Jim was a cool nigga to this day. I fuck with Jim like, and I went back to 50 and was like, "Yo, bro, Jim down there, bro." He was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Homie ain't on no bullshit, bro." You know what I mean? 50 was like, "Bring him and tell him come holler at me," type shit.
Mm.
And you know, Jim being the real nigga he is, he come face to face with the nigga, which led to him coming out.
When he opened that door and Jim Jones came through, I was like, what just happened? What is going on? This Cameron and 50 is going at it, and then Jim Jones came out. If you was in the situation, would you have done that? Would you? I thought that I didn't think that shit was loyal. I'm just keep it real with you. I was like, damn, Dipset is
I
over.
don't know. I honestly don't know what his issues was like that with Cam at the time and shit like that. To just be 100% real with you. You dig what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I say what I would have did or wouldn't have did in
Got you.
regard to him, because I didn't really keep up with what the issues was. I knew 50 had issues with Cam, and that's about it. And homie was Dipset. You dig what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah.
And this is the Curtis album about to come out. Um,
Hmm.
and you was on Rap City. I'm like, yo, Buck is wilding. I'm like, yo, Buck is having a good time, but it's everybody there. And this is when the G Unit Deluxe is there because now Mobb Deep is there. It's everybody there. Y'all
For
did
sure.
y'all did Window Shopper. Was you in that video? I don't even remember if you was in Window Shopper.
Man, I was somewhere in that motherfucker. Yeah, I was in that motherfucker.
Got you. What was that like? Cause now Mace is supposed to be down with y'all. What's going on? Like, what's the talk like when y'all all together?
It
And
was weird. It's fuck.
you,
Like, you know,
you said it was weird.
it's just different. You dig what I'm saying? Because at that time, you know what I mean, we had already became successful as just the crew of us. So it's about opening up the doors at that time to other artists. It wasn't just Mace. 50 had the Olivia girl and shit.
The Olivia
Rock.
girl who you allegedly was like they blamed you. They blamed you. They said you was tricking on her, right?
Nah, yeah, they did, but I ain't never fucked with Olivia. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna push shawty business out there neither and kind of push a line at her like that, but she know who she was fucking with. You dig what
Got you.
I'm
Got you.
like that. But you know, yeah, you know, it was when I say it was weird, it was just we had used to being so much amongst each other and create this brotherly bond that we had opened the doors and was now creating brotherly bonds with niggas that we never or hadn't experienced being amongst like that.
Mm.
And niggas was genuine street niggas. We were able to, I feel, build a bond. I definitely was like the mob deeps and the MOPs. Them niggas is real street niggas, so it was easy for me to fuck with niggas like that. You dig what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
even Mace was just more of a smooth player type nigga. You dig what I'm saying? And you know, it was just an awkward thing at that time, uh, trying to create a bond and mash as a team and as a unit uh, with niggas that we hadn't kind of worked around or kind of created the bond when we became successful as each other. And, you know, certain times I think it was looked upon where niggas was getting uneasy about how 50 would treat everybody individually.
Mm. So
A
so
lot,
then so then go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
a lot of niggas wouldn't say shit. And I ain't trying to cut you off, but I think overall
So
that's
so
what was.
now it's a point in time where you leave again. Everything is just not on the up and up. What was the last final straw of y'all, you and 50 not being cool again?
Well, after I had been back with 50 and shit like that and pushing the line, he started to encourage me and the other guys to, you know, of course, make sure we got our own managers and basically create our own independence as artists because I think he was more focused on doing what the nigga doing now, and that's TV and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, you know, I started to do that. Well, I had already done that because coming back, I was like, nigga, I done learned a little bit more than I did in the beginning.
You
So
know
I'm
the
coming.
business now. Yeah, you know the business.
So I already had a lot of that in place, but I ended up hiring a guy. Uh, Shout out to David Salas. But I ended up hiring a guy to fix my publishing and find whatever publishing money that I had out there and things like that. And in the midst of him getting my publishing and shit all in place, that's when he basically came across something as simple as a sound exchange at that time, uh, where I had 3 years of fucking checks, 6 figures worth of fucking money that had just been sitting since 2015.
Mm.
Sound exchange was more or less concerned with why I haven't cashed these checks when I've been cashing these checks since they existed. And I'm like, hold the fuck up. I ain't never even fucking ever kind of cast a fucking check from no sound exchange. I didn't even know who fucking sound exchange was at the time.
Mm.
And I think it was around 2015, 2016 type of situation. I ended up getting the checks. It was 6 figures worth of money. And they said with his within his research of just getting things together, that's when Sound Exchange basically said they had been mailing my checks to G Unit Incorporated.
Whoa.
And you know, from there he started to put my publishing in my own hands. So I would see these things come into my account. And I'm just speaking on them because that's only just one of the situations in regards to the business side of things. And you know, he lined it up where I would see my own 33 and the third percent. Cause
Mm.
that's what niggas was seeing, you know what I'm saying? And in the midst of doing that, Sound Exchange had to stretch out to G Unit and notify them that, you know, I would be receiving my own 33 and the third percent.
Mm.
from there, bro, once they reached out to 50, bro, and alerted him basically on that, I went to calling the nigga one day, and man, my number was blocked. I went to the Instagram and shit. I was blocked on the Instagram, and the nigga started ranting ever since then. And
So
that's right. Yeah, yeah. At that time, he started basically uh, blocking me and shit from all of the formats. And I guess it was because the only thing I can think of is he knew that I was gonna become aware, or I was becoming aware of some of the things that had been played out in regards to finances and shit like that in my career,
so the
bro.
previous money went to them and you never got the money.
Nah, I never got the money.
So at 2015, this is when you realize, hold on. Well, your publisher, the guy who looked at your publishing, realizes, hold on, you have
Right.
this money sitting here. So now we're gonna redirect the monies from G Unit Incorporated directly to you, and that's when it was like, hold
Right.
on, that's when it happened,
That
when the separation happened.
that's when our separation happened. And it's nothing based on none of the funny shit that you see. Those smoke and mirrors, that's what he try to blind the people's minds with, is the funny shit that end up playing out throughout my career and shit. He'll put it off on shit like that and kind of manipulate the mind of the fans, or try to manipulate the mind of the fans at that time. But our situation could have been handled by simply him. It wasn't even like I was just looking to trip over the shit like that, because nigga, you got whatever it is that I'm owed. So if it's something that I can bring to you flat foot in regards to me being owed something, and if I'm not, then show me where I'm wrong at. You understand what I'm saying? It's no different than the claims that he making now. You claim that you gave me $250,000, nigga. It's got to be a bank goddamn trail from this shit. Money leaves trails. That type of money do. So where's that shit at? Show me a receipt for this shit.
So he never gave you the money for your taxes.
Nah, man. At the time, he gave me 80,000 way back when my tax situation, before I actually had a tax situation, and he was paid back that 80,000. The first
Mm.
time I end up, making my first fucking million fucking dollars, these people had came around out of nowhere saying I owed, I think it was like 300 some thousand in regards to taxes at that time, or something around that note. But I was 80,000 show type of shit. He loaned it to me and he was paid back.
Mm.
And even everything since I came back the last time, uh, basically I signed for a full G Unit album, but for some reason within my contract he asked for one album.
Mm.
Before things could even get to where they at now, bro, I tried to do everything in regards of fulfilling that agreement. I offered to turn in another album. Even at one point in time, I know I don't owe him and didn't owe him a dollar, but I still offered to try to pay the nigga, because he started ceasing and desisting my music everywhere and pulling all of my catalog that I created down, basing off the claims of I recorded this music maliciously, being under contract with him, when he knows for a fact those are all lies. Like, every project I created and put out, I was given a green light from him on doing it. You dig what I'm
Yeah, because
saying?
wasn't you doing some shit called 10 something where you was gonna drop like 10 projects, right? It was
10 projects in 10 months with 10 songs. And I did that. You dig what I'm saying? And he ceased and desist, that which was my catalog. 50 paid for not $1 of that shit. 50 ain't paid for a studio time, nor beat, nor none of that shit. All of that shit was my shit.
so if we go to a streaming platform right now and look you up, what's on there right now? What's under
None,
Young Buck's catalog?
none of those tens is gonna be up. You're gonna see Outbreak. Outbreak is a project that was released soon as he basically, when I put myself in a position of filing bankruptcy again, to basically because a motherfucker couldn't work and make no fucking money in a sense. So At least that allowed me to get back to work. Dropped out break. I got a tape to drop in 2 days. It's the hardest shit in the rap shit. I'm one of them, man. I'm a GOAT, bro. And they don't give me the respect that I truly feel like I deserve. But I don't give a fuck because can't none of these niggas fuck with me with this rap shit. I don't give a fuck. I can stand with the best of them, homie.
Nah,
I gotta.
I mean, you know, the fans. I think the fans musically love you. I just think what happened was we seen you with G Unit. Then it's like every aspect of your life outside of music played in front of the world. How much responsibility do you take for some of the shit that we seen that we probably shouldn't have seen?
I mean, a lot of it I take responsibility for because I look. I put myself in these positions for the bullshit to happen.
Okay.
You know, some of this shit and most of this shit is not what the fuck it played out to look like or even fucking sound like. You
Mm,
get what I'm saying? But I put myself in those positions, so I got to deal with the repercussions from it. From a motherfucker feeling, oh, this nigga's this or this nigga's that. I can't get mad at some of these people's feelings and some of the shit and jokes that they say because look, I put myself in that position. It's up to me to make sure they understand the real like right now. Because one thing about real is recognizing. So I don't gotta get on no platform and lie on no nigga. You
mm-hmm.
dig? And I came in the game with nothing. And that's the thing about it. Even with me being as successful as I became, I've always kept one foot in these streets and one foot over here in the industry. So
Mm-hmm.
when I put in a position where I was pushed and had to put both feet back in the streets, nigga, the streets been waiting on me with open arms. You dig what I'm saying? Because I never left them, thug. I
Mm.
always kept one right there. Not to say it was right, but that's what God laid me to do it. I'm making the decision now in my career to put 2 feet into this rap shit. So you get what you get. That's why you about to get a tape in 2 days. The vaccine. You understand? That's the name of this project, 10-song project. Dropping two nights.
Can you drop it without getting cease and desist? How does that work? Do you still owe him a project?
Nah, man, I never owed that nigga shit in the
But I mean, he
beginning.
was able to cease and desist you. Can he do that again?
He can't at this
Okay.
point.
Why
Uh,
why can't he do it again?
because I filed bankruptcy. You cannot stop me from working, nigga.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying? If that's the case, you dig what I'm saying? And the the contract's been breached
Okay.
on his side. You understand? And I can't say it's ever been breached on my side.
Because you always
It,
had the music. You always had the music.
there you go.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But the contract has been breached. I'm still actually in dealings with that side of things in regards to bankruptcy. You know, he's of course still trying to, you know, send his little lawyer teams to fight against all of the bullshit that he's created and, you know, still try to be the 50 that y'all guys get a chance to see and promote these different projects that he have coming out. And look, I'm not here to hate even on that nigga at this point in my career. I'm saying get your money, do you. But leave me the fuck alone, because I'm going to do me regardless. It doesn't matter how long you or how much you try to hide me. Nigga, I'm God's best friend. You can't tell? Look at all.
So to this day, y'all still locked in a legal battle? Y'all still in the courts?
Of course. You
Wow.
dig we dig it. We're dealing with it from a bank. I'm dealing with it from a bankruptcy. It's not like I'm going through bankruptcy and this nigga's not trying to stop it. No, he's got a lawyer team over here that's, you know, trying to say that no, you know, I did this or I did that or I did this, and he's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do nothing no different than what he did. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He had to file bankruptcy in regards in a point of time in his career, in
Mm-hmm.
regards of I don't think in regards of a motherfucker trying to stop him from working,
Mm.
be able to pay whatever debt that he had. You understand? He had to file bankruptcy to be able to get a clean slate. You
Mm.
dig what I'm saying? And start all over. Well, shit, nigga, I'm doing the same goddamn thing you did. You feel me? Like father and I'm not your son.
So the question that everybody want to know: how the fuck did you end on the phone with that individual? I don't even know what to call that person. What the fuck was you doing? Like what happened?
It wasn't. It was like when the shit happened the way it happened. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
Okay.
So of course, when the shit popped out there, I punched panic immediately because I'm knowing this shit would bring what the fuck it brought.
Yes.
So, I don't know this motherfucker. I just knew a motherfucker who was able to find out whoever the motherfucker is because they work in the legal field.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And they end up reaching out to the motherfucker and getting the motherfucker's number. And that same person that reached out was on that actual phone call quietly. So I'm basically speaking from a motherfucker texting me, telling me what to try to say to this motherfucker to get it to fucking stop.
Mm.
So I kind of wasn't myself, even on the phone call, and me not thinking about, what the motherfucker is plotting up or kind of creating for the long run. It basically created a fucking picture that is not. And that's how the shit planned itself out. You know what I mean? For me, I take it in stride. It's like, damn, at the time, of course, it fucks me up because it's so much against who the fuck I truly am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
To watch my children have to deal with the shit is
Yes.
really fucks with me more than anything. I don't give a fuck what these people say and think about me, bro. They talked about Jesus, nigga, and he made you and me. I'm cool on that point, but some of the shit I just I can't accept, and that's one of them.
So you
yeah,
didn't even know this person at all, because we was just wondering how the fuck you get on. Like, this person is talking about they got all this shit, they got these receipts.
man, all of that funny ass shit, man, all that shit, a lot of that shit that this motherfucker done was just created.
Mm.
Made up to make it look. The fucking phone call was chopped up and given to the world in different sections to kind of create like there was some type of fucking relationship in place. All of that funny ass shit. You dig what I'm saying? So, all I can say is, yeah, it was me. I didn't know what the fuck that was in regard to walking into the situation.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I just know to get the fuck up out of there. And it was fucking too late. You feel what I'm saying? After having to get the fuck up out of there. But me having any kind of relationship or entanglement or even any kind of
don't
situation.
say entanglement. Fuck entanglement. They fucked that word up.
No, nigga.
So the situation obviously went away. How did it go away? Did you lawyer up, or like how the fuck you, cause that shit was like, I was like,
Man,
yo, somebody take Buck phone. That nigga don't ever need to be on the phone.
bro, listen, bro. I ain't paid no goddamn body. I ain't done none of that old funny ass shit. I got a lawyers, but I didn't run and press charges on who and for what or none of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
None of that shit. Motherfucker know what they done and who the fuck they are. So I guess overall, motherfucker, if I ever see you, then they know what the fuck to expect from a motherfucker like myself. So for me, the situation played itself out. And I really, this honestly is the last and only interview that I'm even speak on that shit,
You
period.
ever spoke about it before though?
Yeah, man, I spoke in it on the Vlad TV shit, you
Oh,
know what I mean?
we don't watch that nigga.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? A lot of niggas feel different ways about that.
Yeah.
Like that, but other than that, nah, man. And even now, bro, I'm done with that shit, bro.
Yeah. So right now you're dropping music and it's all independent. No. Let me ask you one thing. Stomp. I always wanted to ask you about Stomp. You got this record. You are setting yourself to be one of the leaders of the South, right?
Facts.
But you got T.I. and you got Luda. You knew that they had. How the fuck did that happen? Like, was anybody mad at you?
Nah, I didn't know. the issues that they had.
Okay.
So I'm a fan of Ti, and I'm a fan of Luda.
Okay.
And at the time, I had stressed out to Ti to do the verse first. Ti sent the verse back, and he had that line on there. And then me getting beat down, that's ludicrous. And it was a
Mm.
shit that was around me that was like, yo, that nigga got issues with Luda and shit like that. Now me and Two Chains at the time was rocking like brothers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got them and reached out to Chains and was like, yo, man, I got this record, bro. And I want to be able to let Luda hear because I don't know, but niggas is saying him and Tip having issues or what or whatnot. He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'll make sure he hear it." And he kind of, I think, put me in position to be able to let Luda hear the record.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that shit, Luda was like, "Buck, I'm getting on that motherfucker
Mm.
ASAP." So I didn't mentally put that record together. It just kind of came about because once Luda heard it, uh, it wasn't just that line, but it was a few more bars and shit throughout Tip's verse that I think Luda felt was kind of pertained to him type of shit. And he just wanted to get on the record and do his shit. And
Mm.
it ended up being one of the most, you know, legit beef records that you could possibly, you know what I'm saying, speak on in regards to the industry. Shit ain't like that no more.
Yo, I
Now,
was like, yo, Buck line, both of them. God, holy shit. Like, so what did so Tip laid his verse first.
facts.
Then you already had your verse, and then Luda come. Did you let Ti hear Luda verse, or did he heard it when the record was out?
I had stretched back out to Tip. That's a good question. Because I had records with Tip. I was on Tip's album and shit, so I stretched back
Mm-hmm.
out to Tip and let Tip know. Look, Luda jumped on this motherfucker, homie, and he was like, "Oh man, I ain't tripping off that shit. It's all good."
But you let him? Did you let him know he jumped on it and he might have kicked you in your ass too, or you just said he's on the record?
I said he on the record, bro, and you know he popped some good shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Tip kind of felt the energy of what it was with him being on the record anyway, because he felt the energy from what he said.
Got you.
So, you know, it's one of them things where individually now I didn't, hey man, this nigga jumped on here and said some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't do none of that. I just let him know that Luda was jumping on the record and a nigga really, if a nigga got a problem with something like that, he gonna let you know right then and there, like, man, take my shit off or whatever. But he didn't say none of that. Homie was like, you know, I ain't tripping on that shit. And then right when the record came out, you know, they squashed their situation
Mm.
and the label that Tip was on at the time didn't want to have his verse on the album, being that the fact that they squashed their beef, which led to me have at the last minute put Game on it.
Mm.
On the album, you'll hear Game on the actual Stump record
Wow.
of Luda because the label didn't want Tip's verse and shit on there. But I'm like, man, this shit is all over the world. Every
Yeah,
DJ,
we already heard it. Cause that it
yeah,
was one ludicrous line that was like, what just happened? So your what's Young Buck's favorite Young Buck song?
uh, rest in peace to Chester Bennington from
Mm.
Linkin Park. But Slow Your Roll, bro, is one
Mm.
of the biggest records at that point of time. It's one of my favorite records that I created in that era. My best is yet to come, bro. Like I say, I got a tape dropping in 2 days, bro.
No,
You
but
better go.
you got a lot of one thing I want to put is proper perspective in. You got a lot of hit records that I like you got a set it's difficult for any artist to have a set. And I think you got a set where you could do at least you got a set. You know what I'm
I got,
saying? You got a set.
I got to say, you know, I feel like I can beat a lot of these niggas on verses with unheard music.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying? Literally, I don't mind lining up with what little small set I got with any nigga on my soul. That's just because of the how much I believe in me. You dig what I'm saying? So, but I feel like the best is yet to come, and I know it. You dig what I'm saying? I feel like I'm just now, you know, starting to walk down the lane of getting my just due.
What's the
And
independence feel like? What, like, cause now I guess you're totally independent. Like, what does it
it
feel like? You afraid, or like, what does it feel like? Cause you always had per diem, you always had the machine, the company car. What does this feel like?
it feels like I just have to be more on my business, more
Mm-hmm.
strategic about, the way I kind of drop records and basically working from my own dollar. I have to capitalize off the fans and my true fans that I have and look for them to take me to the next level, to expand it and touch bases with the fans that say, quote unquote, not able to receive the music the way they do or
Mm.
got through the machine type of thing. But far as the energy or uh, as an artist, the shit has made me become better than I've ever been in my career.
Mm.
Uh, period. Even when I was with G Unit, nigga, I wasn't rapping like this though. You feel what I'm
But
saying?
you was incredible. My favorite Young Buck song is You Ain't Going Nowhere. I just love. You know why? Because I'm a big Latoya Williams fan. Oh my God, I love that voice, man. So
Yeah,
any record she on, that just automatically get burned. But I love You Ain't Going Nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That was,
yeah.
yeah, that
Real
was,
life facts.
yeah. So give me a record that you wish you did, that you wish was your record, that is somebody else's record.
Uh, fucking Scarface when my homies called. Then they got the rock with Pop. You know what I'm saying?
Or Smile. What about Smile? Smile is crazy.
That smile was crazy. I was honestly about to say that first.
Yeah, yeah. Smile is
But
Smile.
smile. I'm a big Scarface fan. Shout out to Scarface. I just was talking to him yesterday. Those motivate. Face has been a big part of my career. My phone about to go dead, but Face has been a big part of my career, bro. Just by being that outside motivation. Shout out to him and the Don J Prince. They always been ghosts in my situation and just real individuals that I know I can call upon, and they know they can call upon me in regards to us being from the South. But I look at Scarface as not just the king of the South, but the king of this rap shit.
I'm glad, but all right, I ain't gonna say the king of the rap shit. That's I'm from Brooklyn, so you know I'm gonna be biased like a motherfucker. But
Yeah,
the
you
king,
supposed.
the king of the South, definitely Scarface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Definitely Scarface. The
man,
number one.
I would say this by when I say the king of the rap shit. Who would you consider the king of the rap shit?
I mean, you for me, I'm Brooklyn biased, so we got Jay-Z, we got Biggie, we got my favorite
Oh,
rapper of all time is Big Daddy Kane.
all right, stop right there.
Uh-huh.
All right, Scarface was the king of this rap shit before Jay Z became Jay Z to the world.
Oh,
He was
what time?
already
What year was this?
he was already Mr. Scarface and shit like that in the 80s, homie.
Okay.
So,
Oh, we about to have some Civil War shit, North versus South. Come on, bro.
nah,
Come on. I love
nah,
this shit. I love this
and
shit because I'm on my Brooklyn bullshit at all times. So come on.
listen, you supposed to, nigga, but nigga, I'm one of the biggest Jay Z fans it is. Not just for the music, but for the individual. I fuck with Jay. Jay is a real life nigga. So
Mm,
the respect in who we see, I've been blessed to be able to be a nigga who been a part and being in his presence. And he's had nothing but real nigga shit to say in regards to me,
mm.
whether it's my face, away from me. He's just a genuine nigga and he's a real nigga. When I say that in regards to being a a motivation piece for us as black men that come from the ghetto, that really come from the streets, and being a nigga who actually hands been on it
Mm-hmm.
to go and become what he became. So, the blueprint and things like that, I give him that. But we were getting that far as down here in the South before I even was fucking young buck.
What was your
Jay,
first rap name?
I've always been young buck. I ain't
Okay.
make a rap. The streets named me Young Buck.
Mm.
The oldest, I was one of the youngest niggas it was on these corners out here. So the older niggas used to be like, "Get your little young buck ass out of here."
Wow.
and it stuck with me. And once my mama started calling me that shit, I knew it was gonna be my name forever.
So before your phone died, because I want to make sure, vaccine. You're saying that this project is produced by who? The whole project?
Well, this one ain't produced by quote unquote a very big producer, but he's a big producer. His name is Young Self,
Okay.
and another one of the guys named Steve-O Da Vinci. They fucking dope, bro.
Okay.
My project that I'm focused on outside of that is, of course, me and Drummer Boy. Shout out to Drummer Boy. And that's dropping on the 26th, 226, bro.
My birthday is the day before that, 225. Facts.
Well, nigga, I'm about to give you the biggest birthday present you done ever had because my shit with Drummer Boy is fucking nuts. And it drop is back on my Buck Shit Volume 3. And it's produced by Drummer Boy. I got features on that tape. I got a record that I did with Sada Baby and T Grizzly that I decided to go forward with on there. Scott Storch produced some shit with Drummer Boy on there.
Okay.
I got Boosie on that record as well with me. And people used to hear me like on the Vaccine where there's no big name features. But on the back on my Buck Shit Volume 3, which is dropping on 226. And that's February 26th in a week or two, week and a half, bro.
That's next week. I'm gonna be. I got big plans for my born day. So, but
there you go.
So it's gonna be on all streaming, or you doing it a special place?
All streaming. We got crazy ass videos. We just shot a couple videos. We got one of the records that's just been leaked right now. It's titled "Turn Around," and that's produced by Drummer Boy. It's going crazy real quick. You can Google that bitch or YouTube it, I'm sure, or whatever it is, because it was leaked, and we just gave it to the streets for free. From there, of course, I'm working on this project that I'm in my studio right now, working on. That's gonna be dropping after that with DJ Paul.
And yeah, see, I'm so interested because Stay Fly, whoa. One of my favorite rappers from the South.
Bro, I'm gonna give you a taste of this shit right
Oh, we about to get exclusive?
I'm gonna let you get just a little bit taste.
Let's go.
I ain't even ad-libs on this shit. I'm sitting in the studio when you hit me to do this shit, bro. I'm sitting in here fucking with this shit, but I'm gonna let you get some of this shit. Hey, yo, Paul, don't kill me if you watch this shit right now, but I gotta let him know. 5 more minutes for this motherfucker close. Give me 2 minutes and I'm leaving with the hose. You got 1 minute for this pig bitch pole, and I'm lit. This is how this shit goes. I just whip with my wrist and it's froze. Drip from my head to my toes. Got this stick with me and I don't care about whoever knows. This that part of my show when they start throwing bows. White girl wasted shouted playing with her nose. Sip, tasting niggas pouring up foes. Fingers twisting up, I'm with a bunch of 6 souls that be trapping all day, swiping cars and kicking dope. See what I'm saying? I can't.
All right, now look, that's one of my those are my favorite producers from the South. Juicy J and DJ Paul, and one of my favorite MCs, MJG. Yo, MJG is one of my favorite MCs.
Him and A-Ball, shout out to A-Ball and MJG, them big bros in my life. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm excited about this project. I'm excited about all the shit I got coming. Like I say, bro, I'm dropping in 2 days.
I'm glad you ain't rhyming to no drill shit, though. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't want to hear you on no drill music. I want to hear you on that South. I want to hear Young Buck on that Young Buck side. I want to hear you on no drill. I'm gonna keep it real with
you. Let's do this.
Okay.
Since I got a fucking tape dropping in 2 days, the Vaccine, and then I got tape dropping in a fucking week back on my Buck Shit Volume 3. Let's come back.
Okay.
After you hear both of these projects, let's come back and talk to the people about these fucking projects.
Let's come back. Yeah, let's do a follow up. Yeah, we got
all the bullshit out.
We got everything out. Everything. We got that the phone calls, all that shit is gone. Why you left?
You did with all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
That you did. Well, now that this just happened to be an interview that's 2 days away from a project that I'm releasing, and a week away from one of the biggest projects that I'm releasing.
So in 2 weeks you dropping 2 projects?
In 2 fucking weeks, like I say, in 2 days, bro. 2/19, bro. The vaccine. Go pre-order my shit, bro. When you get off of here, bro.
Got you.
All right.
I'm gonna put the link in. I'll put the link in the description box. So is the link available yet?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And
Put.
then even once you pre-order it, you're gonna get one of the records that I just dropped the video for, titled "Say Now," and the shit is going crazy. It's all over my page and shit, my Instagram and shit like that. But for sure, bro.
Yo, I appreciate you. I advertise. Yo, when we just hooked this interview up today, too, people don't know. This wasn't like 3 weeks in the mail. This was a phone call earlier today, and we on here live. And we here for the people who's been up to 2,500 people in the room.
Word.
I appreciate you. You didn't dodge no questions. You didn't bullshit. You answered everything. And you know, you that's why the title is Young Buck Clears the Air on Everything and puts to all the false narratives. That's why I titled it that. You know what I'm saying?
You did what you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Supposed to do, and I hope you know what I mean, did what they were looking for, and because it's facts. You did what I'm saying.
Would you ever sign to a label again?
I'm not biased against that. You know what I'm saying? I know my worth, and I also know that a lot of these labels right now need a nigga like me. So that's your boy. You dig?
Is Young Buck a legend?
I think I am. You dig what I'm saying? I think I am. You know what I mean?
I mean, but to you, what I want to say to you is the music when it's dope, everybody gets quiet. That's I think because you couldn't put out music and all the shit was going on, that was your way to really, really get everybody back focused on, okay, fuck all that other crazy shit. Sure. Whatever you think is what you think, but this is what I really do. So a lot of times I think you got handicapped. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't put out the music, so all we got is these. Come on, you dropping this shit like the bike, man. What's going on?
Nah, I'm picking that motherfucker up just like the mic too.
Yeah. So yo, Buck, man, I appreciate you for coming on the platform. We definitely gonna stay in contact. We definitely gonna do a lot more stuff. When the tapes drop, we gonna come back. We gonna go through the music. I'm gonna tell you what joints I like. I'm gonna tell you what my favorite joints was. And you know, congratulations on, you know, the beauty of independence and just stay, like I said, just stay doing that music. Stay away from a lot of that other shit. And when Young Buck team, whoever in the back, when you see him on the phone and shit ain't going right, take his phone, man, because somebody recording him. Listen, take his phone.
At this point, bro, I done been through enough shit that I don't even goddamn it want to deal with a lot of goddamn phones, period. My goddamn.
Yeah, don't take his phone. So
man, it's all good, man.
So I want to thank you for
coming.
Before
I get out of here though.
Go ahead.
I get out of here, I want to say this real quick. For those that's tuned in that might not follow me at Buckshots with a Z, BUCKSHOTZ on my social media, Facebook, you understand, /Young Buck, Twitter /Young Buck, all of that shit.
That's really you on Instagram, not no nigga in sweatpants, right? That's you.
Ain't no nigga that's running and grabbing my phone and none of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm on that motherfucker, and I might speak and I might not, but it's me.
Got you. All right, so Buck, I'm gonna sign you out. Yo, I appreciate you. I'll hit you later on. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Much respect, bro. Y'all stay up.
Peace. Oh, and when you come to New York, you gotta come to Brooklyn. I gotta show you around Brooklyn, man.
Nigga, I stay in Brooklyn, nigga.
Where?
I've been running through Brooklyn ever since, nigga. I was in Far Rockaway when you was.
That ain't Brooklyn. That's not Brooklyn though.
But I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, I've been throughout New York. I know fucking Far Rockaway is closer to Queens, ain't it?
No, that's Far Rockaway is past Queens. That's the end. I'm talking about you got to go through Brooklyn is a whole different. And shout out to my Far Rock niggas though, but we got to.
Nah, but Far Rock, I speak on that because that was one of the first boroughs or whatnot that I came to New York with back when I was a kid, man. A nigga named Mike Mills, I used to go out there. He raps and shit. I used to go out there and get money with him. I was 15, 16 years old out there running
Damn.
around.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
listen, I'm from New York and Far Rock is a whole different animal. So if you was in Far Rock, salute, especially
studs out
back then.
there, bro. Them
Shout out,
niggas was
rest in peace,
studs
Stack
out there way
Bundle.
back then.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. So Buck, we'll build later on. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So yeah, y'all, that was I did it. I brought Young Buck on here. I told you I was bringing Young Buck tonight. We definitely got to take him around New York City. He good with me. We could go anywhere. But when I think about Far Rock, shout out Stack Bundles, R.I.P. Lord Superb, R.I.P. Chinks Drugs, R.I.P. So, yeah, when I think about, shout out to Core 2G, shout out to Bino, shout out to the Riot Squad, yeah, and shout out to Young Stack. So, again, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I'm on. Come on, y'all. Come on. We got to get my subs up. We got to get, I'm almost about to hit 200K. I don't think nobody has brought y'all as much content as I have. We got to get those likes up. We at 900. Could we could at least get to 1,000? I believe I asked them everything that, we wanted to know. And it is what it is. Shout out to Natural Mermaid. Make sure you subscribe to her YouTube. She's there. She's a moderator. She could put her IG in the chat. Yeah, so it is what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get all the notifications. Young Buck music has always been dope to me. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I just separate the music from all the other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I like the music. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. You know what I'm saying? Always super duper love for y'all showing me love. 2021, I told y'all, I'm not playing. It's a whole new day, whole new game. Make sure you go back and you watch Evil D, Grap Lover, Shabazz the Disciple, Timbo King, J.O. Felony, Tom Giss, Hovanisi. Not playing. We not playing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm forgetting some people, but we not playing. I got more people coming on here every night. I've been going live with people that you want to hear from. We not playing. You know what I'm saying? We not playing. And I got so much love for y'all in the chat room. I got so much love for my people, especially that y'all went and told Michael Blackson that there is already a No Filter podcast. That's a whole nother subject. Shout out to Michael Blackson, but please change your name of your podcast from No Filter. Salute to you. Great minds do think alike. But man, please change the name of your podcast from No Filter. Please, just do that for me. You know what I'm saying? I already got an interview with Kid. Y'all guys got to look on here. You know what I'm saying? I got an interview with Kid. Sometimes y'all just got to go through the thing. But if these other platforms, Mickey Facts, I forgot Mickey Facts. So if these other platforms, we need, Shazzy said we need Ace Hood. Yes, let's work on that. So what I do want to say before I go, these other platforms that y'all so-called don't like got millions of subscribers. Why? Because their people subscribe. It's time for my people to subscribe. And yes, I'm not bringing you a lot of those street interviews where some of that stuff, but I am bringing hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So I gotta go. Make sure you hit that bell. If you didn't hit the bell, hit the bell. It is what it is, man. I'm out of here. Until next time, I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you share this. Shout out to my little bro, King Ether, in the building. Make sure you share this. And before I go, shout out to Picture Perfect and shout out to Mac Mills. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to WorldStarHipHop.com too. Shout out to WorldStar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who shows love. Shout out to everybody who support. I spoke to to Skyzoo. It is a Saigon interview on here too. You know what I'm saying? So yes, let me get to that 200,000. I just see we just hit 1,000 likes. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? And Kareem Blizz Johnson, I'm gonna get Ghostface on here for him because he keep talking this Ghostface. I love Ghost, but Busta beat him in the verses. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You never know who you gonna see on this channel next. You never know. And all I do is the day of. I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm out of here. Check the Evil D interview. I love that interview. I love the jail felony. I love a lot. So yeah, next week is my born day too. So I might take some time off to, do my interview. Please, if you can, go to my iTunes and subscribe to the iTunes too. The actual audio, and Spotify. So Doggie Diamonds No Filter is on Spotify and on iTunes. So I need those numbers up too. So yeah, shout out to Skyzoo. Skyzoo is the Superb Full. Look, the Lord Superb Full interview is up. It's on Forbes DVD. Go in there too. I already got a Yuck Mouth interview on here. And another thing, if y'all want to see an interview for between me and an artist, hit that artist and tell them they need to get on my platform. Because a lot of times I can't be chasing these dudes down. I just ain't even with it. I don't have the energy. I fuck with those who fuck with me. So a lot of times if I got to keep DMing them, I'm just not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So 2021, I'm telling y'all, this is the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. With that, I'm out of here. Yo, and also my No Filter merch too. I need them. Cop some hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Cop some No Filter hoodies. I'm about to get some masks. I got a surprise for my birthday. Just stay in tune with me. Shout out to Dame Dash. Tell Dame Dash to come on. You know what I'm saying? And I got the $75 promo for whoever need that. You can also get your banner on the screen. Hit me up for that. Yo, and that's what it is. You know what I'm about to do now. I'm out of here. Peace. Make sure you click subscribe, youtube.com/DoggieDiamondsTV. Until next time, peace.